Oh yeah, by the way, something I totally forgot to show off. I mean, should I even call this showing off? Just a funny little thing. If you come to the side here, you actually come out from this little cliff over here, which you can kind of, you can't actually do much here. This is the same screen as the house, but you just can't really do much there. I think we can see that from below if we come from up here. Yeah, like you can see it up here. It's just, you know, there's nothing to do up there. It's just a thing that's like, you went the wrong way or whatever. I just need directions. You want to go to Clara? Well, what are you doing back here? Clara is west of Bermesia. Press select on the world map and check where you're going. If you come here after going to Bermesia and finishing that stuff, but before you get stuck in Clara, Zidane will say, where could she have gone? I guess I gotta keep moving. I believe her. Alright, I'm sorry, Mother. It's okay, darling. I'm just happy that you understand. It's kind of interesting that that's a choice here. May also play a part in this act. I think everything else is the same here, act. Kind of interesting to me that they even give you a choice there, because it's like, it almost feels weird that after all this, Garnet can just come here and you can just choose to have her believe her. Not that it really matters, because immediately then, you know, Kuja comes in and puts her to sleep, and then obviously I don't think she's believing that anymore. A cool detail with this screen that I didn't really show off is that when you get... So, like, right now it's clear, right? As you get farther down the screen, it actually gets sandier. And it's like a full transparency effect. I think you can run back here. Yeah, like, you can walk around the screen. And then you pop down here, and as it goes down here, it gets less sandy, which is cool detail, right? If you say no to the oracle here, I see. I'm sorry that I cannot be of service. Kind of strange place, don't you think? Hey Vivi, let's just poke around the town a little, okay? Okay, let's. That's a funny little thing. Maybe I should ask her to show me around. And yeah, you can't actually, like, if you say no to her, like, that's that. You can't take it back, sadly. Or maybe that's a good thing, you know? Because you get a little funny... I mean, that dialogue from Vivi is actually pretty funny. Just, yes, let's. I think, I forgot if I show this off, but if you take the... No, I definitely show this off, but I'll just quickly mention that, yeah, like... that this is pretty much the same dialogue. It's just, if you ask for the tour and then come back here, Vivi will say, maybe I should ask her to show me around again. If you come talk to these two after the antline shows up... A child was mauled? What? The antline is attacked? Yeah, so I guess they told him, but they're still just kind of chilling. If you talk to these two when you haven't recruited Quena, you do not look like Bermesians. We had never met Bermesians before. No doubt, Braun is behind this. It's gotta be Braun. I thought you'd feel the same way. Right now, my mind's only on Dagger. Who cares? This comes... Man, how insensitive. You can just have Zidane in total just like... Who cares? Dagger's the only thing on my mind right now. That girl. She's Braun's daughter. Yeah? So what? I feel like... Geez, Zidane. Like, does everything... Is this whole thing just gone over your head? That one choice just makes Zidane look like a total, like, goof. Hello, little wormies. So, carry-on worms are kind of straightforward, but they have one detail that is very similar to the axolotls, if you remember those guys. So basically, if I kill one of these guys and wait for this guy's turn to come up, he will use Trouble Juice. Trouble Juice is not one of their normal attacks they can use. They use Trouble Juice when their buddy has been killed, basically. But they only use it once, I believe. I don't think they'll use it again, but I'll sit here and wait. Maybe he just spams it now. No, maybe he does. He might actually specifically start using it on everyone. Let's see what happens when everyone's been inflicted then. He might just start using it on random targets at that point. I know they have a really weird thing, which is that I think they can't use Trouble Juice on someone that's minied. And you don't really have a way to do that right now, right? We don't have access to mini. And this area is not something we can always... I don't think you can come back here by the time you get mini. I'd want to say, but maybe you can? No, once everyone's been annoyed, then he just starts using attacks again. So that's how it works. So there you go. Just a fun little thing with Carrion Worms. That's the only thing about them that's like interesting. I mean, it's the same thing though, right? Like it's really weird that they check for. I guess because I'm assuming it's because they like climb on you to use it. It would look weird if you were minied, but it's like it's weird that they even bothered to check for that. Because like, how can you ever be minied at this point? You know what I mean? Hey there, Mr. Bird, how's it going? Zoos don't really have anything big with them. Like, they have a couple attacks they can do. And once again, they basically have a random counter that they can use when you hit them. I believe they don't care about what you hit them with, just anything you hit them and then... So like either magic or attacks, physical attacks will trigger it. But theirs is a percentage chance. I think it's like a 1 in 7 or something like that. It's like 1 in 6 and 1 in 7, something like that. It's like a small chance, but when they do their thing, they also then, when they check to counter, they then have 2 attacks they can use to counter. We saw the White Wind counter earlier, but they have another attack they can use too. And we never even saw this attack, so... Holy crap! Calm down, Vivi, that was just Blizzard. There it is! Swallow. And he's gone. So yeah, they can use Swallow up to twice per fight. And when they swallow a character, it's essentially the same. It's like an ejection if you're used to that from older games. That character is gone. You cannot revive them. There's no way to get them back, and like you can't even like you can't even revive him, and like he's straight up gone. And, like you can't even get him back, right? And as we'll see here, once I kill this guy, nice 720. We did a double 360. When we finish the fight, Vivi doesn't even get experience because he's that dead. He got eaten by a bird, but you know, then the battle the battle finishes and it's like, oh hey, you know, I guess he's fine. He's just back with us. We got him out of the bird's guts, you know. It's no big deal. Hey, check out Mr. Saiyan Golem. I'm not gonna do anything big with this. I mean, like we already know how they work. Just I'll point out some little intricate details with them. So, is he gonna use Sandstorm? Yup. So we'll toss that a... I mean, how much damage does that demon do? Not that much. So I'll just show up that, yeah, if you attack the core, I think we already shows up, but like it checks for anything. Like anything that touches the core and does damage. And then he'll immediately do a counter. I think if you steal from the core, it's fine, I want to say. But maybe that's a counter too. No, it's not. Yeah, so you kill the... Well, you defeat the golem, and then basically it gets like down. And while it's in this state, its defenses go to the max, and it also loses all of its evasion, I think, for... You know, just for funsies. Now it's like if we attack it, just, you know, as like a random example, right? What? He got up right away? That was unexpected. That's hilarious. I don't know. I've never seen that. I guess because I think it's it doesn't get up after a certain amount of time. I think it gets up when the gem gets a turn, basically, which is sort of like a weird detail. And yeah, as a result, it's just gonna sit there and do this annoying crap. I guess I can show that off, eh? That's funny. Will I ever get a chance to attack it, or is it just gonna stun lock myself? I'm stun locked by this thing. Like, come on. There, bam. Now it does like no damage. Which is kind of a funny thing. But yeah, like there's nothing really particular. Like it's such a like intricate enemy, but there isn't like really anything to like talk about in regards to its AI or anything. Like it's actually, you know, surprisingly straightforward, I guess. I guess now that I think about it, you can... Oh. I was gonna say, you can multi-target this thing as a result, which I've never even thought about, actually, up until now. So let's see this, actually. So let's smack it to make sure... Well, I mean, I think it'll die no matter what, but let's multi-target it. Not that this really matters, but it's kind of an interesting thing to think about. You're essentially hitting the golem twice. Yeah, so I guess that's not a bad strategy with the Vivi. Not that it really matters, because like you can pretty much, if you have the Ogre Blade equipped, you can pretty much one-shot it with Zidane and just Blizzara the core, and it's pretty much dead already. Do. There you go. Yeah, and I guess you can notice it from the front. The core kind of... Normally the core just kind of goes down with it, but if you kill it, it actually like reacts to that too. Which you can't see when you've got that camera angle that's on the back of it. Hello, Mr. Antlion. How is it hanging, Mr. Bug Beast hybrid thing? So Antlion! Antlion's actually really straightforward for a boss again. He doesn't really have any big things. He does have the same thing that, same thing kind of going from the Gazanluk does, but instead of countering physical attacks and magic attacks separate, he just has a 1 in 3 chance to counter any attack, period. But otherwise, like, he just uses his standard attacks for the most part. Ouchies! Calm down, dude. I mean, I can go over some strategies with him, and, you know, I'll take advantage of this situation to talk about Soul Blade, because I haven't really talked about this yet, because we haven't really used it much. Soul Blade says it draws out the hidden power in Thief Swords, and when I used it, it hit the boss and blinded him. That is if you remember, the Ogre's add status is Darkness, or Blind, I forget what it's called. I think it's Darkness in this game. Blind is a spell that causes darkness, yeah. And that is exactly what Soul Blade does. It says it draws out the hidden power in Thief Swords, and basically, any status that is on your Thief Blade will get afflicted with, I think it's 100% accuracy. But I think it does have a small chance to miss because of, like, I think it can miss because of magic evasion, but don't quote me on that one. I'm not 100% sure on how that works. The thing with Soul Blade and with Thief Blades in general is that they all every Thief Blade we'll get in the future has a status effect that it can inflict. And the thing is that it actually has add status. The ability does not work with Thief Blades. If we put on add status and attack with the Ogre Blade here, it will never inflict darkness. And it's the same thing with any other one, like the Butterfly Sword. But that's what Soul Blade is for, basically. So if I learn Soul Blade and then equip the Butterfly Sword, I can use Soul Blade and silence Antlion instead. And it always works, for the most part. The Soul Blade is really good because, like, it's only 6 MP for basically a guaranteed status effect that you don't really have to, like, gamble on. Like, there are other advantages to other things, but, like, just being able to just slap down Soul Blade at the start of a battle for 6 MP and be like, yeah, I know I'm gonna blind the boss, and now all of his physical attacks are way less reliable, is really useful. And it's really nice, especially when we get later ones and we can use other status effects too. Let's see, if I smack him a bit, we should see Counter Horn pop up here. Yeah, when the sky gets dark. Pew! But he missed. We'll put down Raise Wind before he obliterates us with Sandstorm. Oh, I guess after he obliterates us with Sandstorm. I might be wrong about this, but I think there's a chance that because it's the same odds, I think there's a chance that he can Blizzard you, or he can Sandstorm you, and then Sandstorm you again. And if you're at critical health, because it just puts you to critical health and it picks a random number, Sandstorm can heal you technically by a couple points of HP for all that's worth. It doesn't really matter, because if you're at like 1 or 10 HP, everything will kill you anyways. Look at that damage though. I think this thing has 3,900 HP or something like that. So like Vivi can almost like two-shot this boss at this point. But oh, you know what? Now to think about it, what am I doing? I'm sitting here at 1 HP. I should probably let's throw a tent on Zidane, I guess. I mean, he doesn't have... His only way to multi-target us is through inflicting us with trouble, so it's not really a big deal. But, you know, it's still scary to be at low HP, obviously, if we can help it. Alan's also kind of slow, apparently. Like, he just, like, didn't do anything there, man. Like, boss is already almost dead, though. Like, jeez. Yeah, there you go, another Sandstorm 2 times in a row. Oh, and Zidane trance, so the battle's basically over at this point. That's kind of funny. Did I show off Shift Break yet? I actually didn't, so this is an opportunity to show this off. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can talk about. I'll mention that add status on Zidane is kind of useless for the most part. Like, he has the Mage Masher and he has one other dagger, but he only has 2 weapons that add status works for, which is kind of weird if you ask me. Like, you really think they'd add, like, at least one more, because, like, I mean, not that I can really say anything, because Vivi technically is, I think, the same, actually. I'm trying to think. I think Vivi only has 2? No, maybe he has more. I think all of his later ones do, so never mind. He just doesn't have it for a while. Anyways, let's show off Shift Break. Boom! As much damage as Vivi was doing, which kind of showcases how strong Vivi is right now. We just, like, basically 3-shot this boss. Which is a big difference from Gazamaluke, that's for sure. Having more spells with Vivi makes Gazamaluke, or makes this boss way easier than Gazamaluke, honestly. Although this boss is still very scary because the whole Sandstorm Trouble Mucus thing. If you're not paying attention, you can just drop dead from like full health. If you're not taking care of your trouble status. But yeah, other than that, I think that's everything with Antlion.